welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. I've been hyping her up the entire morning because she is a legend. We're excited to welcome Erin Groll, co-founder of Community Track Club and a passionate advocate for women in sports. Erin, who juggles roles as a photographer, she's a runner, she's a mother, she's doing the most, has been so instrumental in breaking down barriers in track and field, and her work with Community Track Club has made track running accessible to many, fostering a more inclusive space. Now, this Women's Month, we're all about celebrating just that, and Erin and her Community Track Club team are leading a Back a Buddy campaign which aims to support 6 talented young women and athletes in South Africa. The campaign will provide them with essential gear as well as funding for their travel and accommodation to national competitions, and Erin is here to tell us more. Erin, how are you?
I'm good. I'm so excited to be here, but that was an incredible interview to follow, so...
It was, indeed.
Yeah.
But you are up there as well with like Cass Naidu, all the people that has been breaking down barriers for women in sports and opening up spaces for people to feel seen. Everyone has a story. I was when I looked through the brief today and I saw your name, I was like, wow, a legend in running and track. But also my journey into running was so difficult because people often feel overwhelmed when it comes to running. They don't know where to start. What was your story like?
Well, with regards to working in sport, I landed up in this industry by chance. I managed to merge all the things I love, and now I get to work in sport. But one of the big things that I found pretty much immediately was that there was this huge lack of women in the industry. And I believe that women offer something so special to this and that they deserve to take up space in this region. And so a lot of the work that I've done has been around supporting women in this space, trying to get as many people seen in this space as possible, and just, like I said, taking up that little bit of space because we all deserve to be here. We offer something super special, and yeah, I want to be part of this change.
When was that defining moment for you when you said, you know what, this is what I want to do? I want to pay it forward for other women who have, come before me and also celebrate other women's successes in this space?
I think I've been working in like the media space around this, like I said, for a while. And I got to work with some incredible women athletes and work on telling their stories. And we found that there was just like such an amazing interest in them and just seeing like the full story behind athletes and what these women were experiencing. And it's not just, the elite athletes, it's working around like every athlete. So I started just feeling like I'd found a home for everything that I loved. It was in sport, it was in media, it was in telling stories, and like merging them together has been an absolutely incredible thing for me to experience.
And you can see that because you're so passionate about it, merging your life together, being a mom, being in front of the camera, being behind the camera, and putting this all together and creating this platform. But I think what a lot of people don't understand is that this is also creating a sense of community. People are craving that sense of home, like you've mentioned. That is what you and the team at Community Track Club has created with what you do every Wednesday. So talk to us about that and why it was so important for you to create this community.
So Community Track Club started from an idea that I presented to like a long-term friend of mine, Mike Obery. And
oh, Mike, legend.
An absolute legend in the space as well. And, I brought this concept to him and I said, what if we started this event that brings an elite athlete, whether it be a local or an international, and we bring them onto the track and we open up the track for everyone to experience it. So, and it's not just running, it was everything about track. It was like learning drills, learning how to warm up, learning how to cool down, and then putting them through a session that would feel incredible. And I think around track, there's so much stigma, almost, where it's like, I'm not good enough to run track, or I don't run fast enough, or I don't look the right way. And what Community Track Club has really aimed to do is to break down that entire situation, to take away any barriers. We bring in the elite, but we adapt the session to make it work for everyone. And what we also do at Community Track Club, which we feel is a really special thing to do, is we run Kenyan style. So that means you run one behind each other the whole session. And not only does that simulate what the pros experience when they are training and racing, it also forces everyone to work together as a team. You know, running might look like an individual sport, but it's completely one of the biggest team sports that there is out there. So when you run like this, you know, community track club is not like a run crew per se. You know,
that's what people often see when they see social media or see running clubs. They think it's all about, you know, running, competing against one another, but it's absolutely not that.
Yeah, so that's completely so far from that. It's like what we do is we bring, so it doesn't matter what crew you're from, like everyone is represented in community track club, you know, and that's what makes it so special. So you have runners from all over, you know, every part of the Western Cape are together on the track for that night, working together, working through a tough session. Because yes, it is tough. Running track is hard, guys. Like
it is hard. It is difficult. A lot of people don't know that and they don't understand that.
Yeah.
But now is the time for you to pay it forward, and that is exactly what you're doing with your Back a Buddy campaign, where you're selecting 6 women in athletics. In athletics rather. Tell us about that, why that was so important to you again, to highlight these women and what that means for the campaign.
Well, when Mike and I were chatting about what we wanted to do with Women's Month, the concept really came through that we needed to support women athletes in this country. I think, like, if anyone watched the Olympics, we saw, like, we have so much talent in this country, you know, and everyone just needs that extra layer of support, right? So we worked with Nolene Conrad, who's also one of
Nolene.
She's amazing. So she's one of our decorated elite athletes here in South Africa. She is an incredible road athlete. She's an incredible track athlete. So she has all these skills. But what she also does is she works a lot with young women in the development athlete
Shaping them and helping them.
Shaping them, coaching them, helping them. She is incredible. She's an absolute icon, you know. And so she helped us identify 6 women who you can read all about on the Back a Buddy campaign. They are all under 18, right? So they are young. And what we are doing this month is we are raising money to try and get them the right gear, because this is another very common barrier to entry. Is like, if women don't have the right sports bra, you're not going to run.
Talk to us about it.
You know, like, or running is going to be a lot more complicated. So sometimes it's as simple as just having the right gear that will propel you forward into the next, you know, development of your athletics career. So we are trying to raise as much money as we can to help them fund their next set of competitions, which is the National Cross-Country Championships. And as well as that, we want to get them the right gear, everything that they may need to basically set them up for the next phase of their life. They're all so talented, guys. Like, that is the thing. They are so talented.
I wish you could stay longer so we want to hear more about this. But just quickly, tell our viewers out there how they can get involved and maybe help these women to reach their full potential.
So please have a look at the Back a Buddy page. Please donate. Everything there would really make a huge, huge difference to them. And keep an eye on Community Track Club. We will post all updates about them going forward.
There you have it. Erin Groll, like I said, she is a legend in the running space and creating opportunities and creating a community for the runners. But of course, with running comes food.